Good day, ladies and gents. We are live again from Mobile Tech Expo. We are having an absolutely amazing day.
I'm Rod Pusey.
And I don't even know how we cornered this lady. I mean, she's running a product company, building a shop, running a detail company, has an axe throwing company. What else do you do?
Do you really want to know the answer to that?
Yes, I do.
Is
So
my
yeah,
mic
you
on?
might want to
you're
put it a
good,
little
yeah.
closer.
Really close? Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. We got the Verizon commercial going on. So yes, let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
I get bored really easy.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I like to stay busy. My construction project's at a complete halt right now. We can't get garage doors, so I'm like, man, what else can I do?
So you get garage doors, really?
Yeah. Wintertime hit in Michigan.
Oh
Kind of
man,
slows down a little bit.
that's super fun.
Mhm.
So and it's funny because we were driving by. We had dinner with my kids about a week ago, and we were driving by one of those axe throwing
Oh, yeah?
companies. We're going, that'd be fun.
It
Really
is super
fun.
fun.
Yeah, but
you
yeah,
release
but
so
you didn't-
much aggression, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be all right. And then you throw the first one, and you're like, wow, that feels really good.
I know.
But
I
you
think I
missed
want to
the
do
follow-up
like
statement. If Dad runs in front.
No, so really, I mean, you've got, how big is your shop gonna be when it's done?
my new shop?
Yeah.
Well, my new shop is a training center, actually. So
Yeah.
that's mostly going to be classroom setting because I've designed a full curriculum for a business side for, opening a business, running a business, all kinds of things that you need to do on the business side. So not just for auto detailers, for anybody that wants to, own their own business.
Yeah.
I said that when I got my first business license. I go in and I go to the county clerk's office. I got a DBA, right? And they just hand me this piece of paper. That was it. And I'm like, do I get a book? Like, do I get a list of things like do
No.
this, don't do this, call this person? What's my
Right.
next year? Like, they're like, no, good luck figuring it out.
That's
you know?
it. Here's a pond. We're throwing you in. Learn to swim.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something about that. So yeah,
That's
I'm really
good.
excited
That's
about that.
exciting
Mhm.
because, and that's a good point because people go down and all they're doing is getting a certificate of being able to operate.
Right.
Yeah.
You get the joy, the challenge, the frustration, the sorrow, the tears, the business, and it's not always what you expect the journey to look like.
Right. Lots of obstacles, lots of curveballs. Like I was just saying,
Yeah.
you get a lot of curveballs thrown at you.
And we were just talking to Billy Boggess about this too. It is that it's new challenges every day, and
Mhm.
it's also regional, and it's also the line of business you're in. I'm sure there's different challenges with running a training facility than there is running a detail shop.
Right.
But
Product line.
it's
Mhm.
also what area you're in. So you have built a phenomenal brand.
Thank you.
You're expanding that as well.
Mhm.
So what is your, as you go into a new venture like this, do you do like a mind map, or do you set up goals, or how do you
I do.
organize that?
Mhm. So I really believe in vision boards. So that's what I've done for years. Back when I was in college, I had an interpersonal communication class, and the professor, the first day of class, he handed us a book, and it was called The Secret. Have you guys ever read it?
I haven't
I have
read
you?
that
Yep.
one. No,
I
I
love
need to get that
book.
one.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And I was like, really? This is what the class is about? But it was one of the best classes, the most memorable class I had. It's always stuck with me. And we had to design a vision board in the class,
Yep.
that related to The Secret. It was all about, how powerful your thoughts are and your vision, manifestation, and just like ask, believe, receive. That's what The Secret's all, right?
Yep.
And so I've read so many books after that, Christian-based books. Terry Savelle Foy has a really good book. It's called Dream It, Pin It, Live It. And I
Yeah.
read that, I think, at least 2 or 3 times a year because it gives me like an incredible motivation. And I can relate to her and all
Yeah.
her stories in there. And so I do that every year. I make a vision board and I come up with these really wild ideas that seem
Yeah.
super wild at the time. And I'm like, what? Am I even going to ever accomplish
Yeah.
this? And then before you know it, it's like,
It happened.
it happens. Like, how
Right.
did
And
that
they may be
happen?
scaled down. I mean, the idea might be, we're going to fly out of the ceiling with, but at the end of it, you have a really good idea of it. There's another really good book about just different ways called God, the Devil, and the Perfect Pizza.
Ooh.
And it's literally about looking at things in really totally different ways, but digesting it as, okay, this is a construct, and you work within that. So anyway, as you do that, because we do the same thing. It's like, what's the vision? What do we want it to look like? And then now let's take the measurable goals to get to where we want to be. And I love the way Billy just described things as a room. In room 1, you're 0 to 1 years or 0 to 5 years, and then room 2, and you have to look at business as different rooms, right? You may never have owned an axe throwing business, and you're in the beginning stages of that. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to step on your toes, but knowing you're going to work through that. It's a challenge. Oh, I conquered that. And now it's like, now you've got you can step into room 2 more confident.
Right.
So,
and I think you start almost thriving on the challenges that arise, you know, because I feel like as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, you have to almost be able to embrace that, right? You have to look at it as a positive. Like, what am I going to learn from this? What could I learn to teach others from this?
Yes.
So that's my mindset now, is like, okay, every obstacle that I encounter is an opportunity or a potential opportunity, right? So when I think about different types of obstacles, I keep journal and keep notes so that I can always come back and reflect on that obstacle and how that create an opportunity, which is usually to help someone else. And it's so amazing how that happens, because something will happen to me that I think is just absolutely awful, and then before I know it, I've went through that process, whatever it may be, and then I have someone reaching out to me like, "Hey, have you ever experienced this?" I'm like, "Yes, I just did it."
Yeah.
Or
and that's
so,
I think that's the beauty of it, is you mentioned helping people. I love it when and somebody comes back to go and say, "Hey, you really impacted my business," or we get some really dramatic examples that literally a guy came to us and was like, I was able to buy a building and expand my business because of your software. And that makes me so excited that we were able to impact somebody's business in such a positive manner that they got to grow. We helped them fulfill a goal. And it's because I think it's not about just that next $50, right? I mean, you sell products, but it's not just about the next product. It's your products actually work, right? I mean, you're the what is the
Mud Slayer?
Mud Slayer.
Yeah.
That is a very, very effective. Generally do a lot of product demos or anything like that. But we did with, you sent us home with products, and we actually got there, and his buddy Reed goes, "Man, my Jeep or my four-wheeler, it was completely a mess." And he's like, I have something for you,
but
buddy.
Of course, he didn't take me on the trip, and so I didn't get to go. I go, all right. And then I asked him, I go, "Can I go out with you again?" He goes, "Well, it all dried up." I'm like, "Well, that sucks." So I'm like, he goes, "All right." So I'm like, "All right, let's go get it really muddy." And then video of her amazing product. He goes, "Okay, twist my arm. We can go create some mud." So
that's so cool.
That's good. Well, we're excited because you are doing some amazing things. You're at the show. It's fun to watch you on Facebook grow, and the things that you're sharing. We know that you have a bunch of other things that you're trying to do but kind of a last minute thing, right? The last thought. What would you share with anybody, man, woman, child, whatever, to really impact and change their life? Because all I've seen in your life the last 18 months is and more, I would say the better word is transition.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Seeing where you came and who you've become.
You should have known me like 10 years ago then.
I know.
Then you'd really be like, wow, who is this person? I mean, it's exciting. And all I want to do is really encourage others, no matter how wild and crazy your dream is, like, just go after it. Like, I have so many people, like, even this axe throwing thing, people close to me, they're like, that's really dangerous and people are going to get hurt. And even when I started auto detailing, they're like, you don't even know anything about a I'll figure it out. I'm going to learn, you know? And so that kind of stuff actually motivates me more. So I guess if I have anything to say is, like, don't ever let anybody discourage you. Just dig way down deep within. Go to books. I read a lot of books and it motivates me so much. And just don't. Just, my little granddaughter said something so cool to me the other day. It's just words, Mimi. She says, don't let it bother you. It's just other people's words. And like, it's so simple, but it is. It's just their words. Like, why do we let somebody else's words impact us so much when it's know deep down inside we're so much more than that, right?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
So,
That's
yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
good.
Yep, that's awesome. Well, listen, your
So how do-
granddaughter's wise words.
Yeah.
You know,
What do they say? The mouth of
Out of the
babes,
mouth
out
right?
of the mouth of
babes.
Yeah,
babes.
the
Yep.
mouth of the
Yep.
babes. Yeah.
That's it. So how do people find you? And
Well, I'm on the run a lot these days. They can find me on social media. I'm trying to be
Yep.
more active. I want to get back into doing my YouTube channel. I enjoyed doing that. I was kind of overcoming my fears with that thing, trying to tackle that.
That's
Like right
good.
now,
Like
I
right
get so
now.
nervous being on the spot in these Facebook lives and all that.
so that's good.
Yeah.
So your
Facebook.
business is Royal Reflections.
Mhm.
You check them out on Facebook, Instagram. She's everywhere.
Yep.
And you might want to just go connect because a lot of times she's sharing her stories, her vision, her challenges, and it's inspirational. So
Well,
thank you so much for being
Thank
a
you
guest.
for having me. I really
Yep.
appreciate it.
Yep, anytime.
Thanks,
So
guys.
yeah, if you're not finding her, you're missing out. And reach out. She's a great resource for questions about business, entrepreneurship, not just detailing, but business in general.
Yep, and we'll take you guys
Okay,
in
thanks
about
a
an
lot.
hour. Actually, I'm jumping over to Rennie Doyle's. I'm going to talk to them. And yes,
Yep.
that is the PDR Olympics going live. So see you guys.